Hey everyone, this is Dasho Rose here, back with more Family Guy. This time I'm going to be reviewing The House Full of Peters. This is a season 15 episode 20 of Family Guy. And I figured I'm going to get started, but before I do, I should also say please subscribe to my channel. My goal at the end of this year, this is one of my New Year's goals, by the way, is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We got a long ways to go before we hit 1,000, but I will really appreciate it. Right now, my goal is 100 right now for February. Anywho, let's get started. This episode starts off where Lois is hanging out with their friends and they do prank calling. It's kind of selfish, honestly. The way they make fun of their husbands and stuff. I never really was a prank person. That's why I hate April Fool's Day, because it's a day where you lie and make pranks and stuff. But yeah, sorry if you hear my cat meowing. He's kind of annoying right now. Sorry about that. He's just meowing, I guess. He's howling at me. But yeah, I think it's kind of annoying. Although it's kind of nice to hear Bonnie talking in a normal voice. That's pretty nice, I guess. And then Lois calls Peter and tries to prank call him, saying that she's one of his kids. But it ends up upsetting Peter, so she ends up investigating. Now, I'm not sure why she would say that. Like I get Peter's an idiot, but I don't know. The way she said it when she was prank calling just sounded kind of weird. So she ends up busting him at the She ends up busting him, and but she ends up busting him, of course. And he ends up telling her that he ended up donating sperm or something to get money or something. So, yeah. What's oddly enough is in this episode we see all of Peter's clones of himself. A lot of people don't like that concept. I think it's kind of good, but in this episode I don't feel like they do it very well. Basically Peter, sees his children and there's a whole bunch of them. The funny thing is though, is there's more children in this like in the first part, or he walks outside, than the rest of the episode. I mean, they basically cut out a lot of the background Peters for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah, a lot of them you see in this picture I'm showing here. They don't show all these Peters off in the rest of the episode, which is odd. I know one of them died. The dwarf Peter died. I know that, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I gotta say, I'm not really. I mean, I don't think the episode's like offensive anything. The only thing that bugs me about this, really, again, the prank call. Well, actually, there's a few things that do bug me. Brian, trying to make out with Lois again, and apparently there's one segment early on in the episode where Meg gets killed. So I know it's just supposed to be a gag, but a clone kills her and she ends up impersonating Meg. I think that's just so stupid. Like, because then it just confuses the audience. It confuses me. I get it that it's a gag, but then I'm like, I spend the rest of the series wondering, like, is this the real Meg we're seeing on the screen, or is this just a fake and clone of Meg? I hate when shows do that. There was actually one of the episodes I reviewed way back in season 2. The first episode talked about Chris's older brother. Yeah, it was confusing. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna spend the rest of the show, wondering that. But it's alright, because Family Guy fucking sucks now anyway. It sucks. I don't like it as much as I used to. I'm just doing this for the views. And because I got some stuff to talk about in season 17. But anywho, I gotta say, yeah, this one's definitely kind of bland. I mean, I don't feel like they do a whole lot with the Peters, the clone Peters. They're kind of just there, honestly. I mean, we get a little bit of dialogue with some of them, but they're kind of just there, and they never show up in the show again. So I'm like, what the hell was the point of this? He ends up getting in a fight with one of the Peters, which I forgot his name, because I think they only mention it once or twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. Because that Peter makes out with Lois and stuff, tries to steal her from Peter. I just said I don't think this episode's really that entertaining. It's kind of dull. I'm gonna have to give it a bad. It's gonna get a bad though. It's just really it's really boring and stuff, and it's not really that entertaining. It's just boring. I mean, the Peters segment is kind of nice, and the ending where the alligators, down there are a bunch of Peters. But I just think, it's just kind of boring. It's not funny. It's just, I wouldn't probably watch this episode again. Because again, if the Peters had more screen time, then this probably would be a good. You'd think it'd be a meh, because I said it's a bad, but the Peters, that was the whole point of the episode. We barely get to see much of the Peters. I think this episode would have been better as a 2-parter than that 1-parter. Then we could have seen more of the Peters. But at last, we don't really see them anymore. Now, I should probably give it a score, too. Well, since I do kind of like the alligator segment and some of the Peters, and it's not really frustrating, it's more boring than frustrating. There is some frustrating parts, like with Brian making out with Peter and Meg getting killed by her clone, which is kind of questioning the show a bit. But I think I'm going to be giving it 38 points. 38. It's getting a real high bad, because again, the Peters are really the Peter segments are kind of fun. It's just I wish there was more of them, and I wish the episode was not as dull and boring. But I don't hate this as much as other people. Other people hate it because it's just an episode cloning characters, but I don't think it's bad in that. I just think it's boring as hell to watch. Anywho, it's about time I let this go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. please subscribe for more videos. Check out my other news-related stuff. I do other reviews. Because I've done other Family Guy videos too. They're in a playlist. So are the Illumination ones. If you guys want to check out those, you can. Anyway, see you guys later. This is Dasho Rose out.